how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
And now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shadour.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Deon already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the $30,000? Now?
In the moment. In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like that. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real. That's what I did.
Oh, we're supposed to get them up? No rebound. This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's a sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail. Okay, you know what, big dog? Yes, I'm light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Blah, blah, blah. What's cracking like a maggin' from the jack end to the back end? We got to talk a lot of football today, dog. Just right up my wheelhouse, right what I did for my whole life. We got to talk a lot of football, man, and let's get into it. It's the first Monday of 2026. That's what the streets are telling me. What's up, Danny fans? Shout out to all you members out there. Shout out to everybody who is representing today. How y'all feeling? It feels weird because my kids are still out of school. They out of school, but at the same time, it's a Monday and it's a work day, and normal people are like, yo, we been working. And then even these elites is like, yo, it's time to go to work. So I'm like, I don't know. My kids go back tomorrow and then they get it cracking. So it's a little weird to see what's cracking out here right now in these streets. Tell me what you guys want to talk about. Beat it up in the comments. I know it's wild right now. Oh, man. So I'm looking at the kick, Myles Garrett. We got to look at the NFL rookies. The draft class is different now because Who would you pick now if you had that pick? Remember in the beginning it was Cam Ward, everybody, no doubt. Did you see how he worked out? Did you see how big he is, how strong he is? His intangibles, his tangibles. And Shador and Tyler Shuck, everything. Now, hold up. It's like we got to redraft that. We're going to get into LeBron. We're going to talk about Rich Paul and his role of talking LeBron things and being real candid about it. Like, I know they the homies. They so good homies that he like, I can say what I want to say. And he is going to go there on LeBron. Some other fun topics. You know us on this show. We try to get it all in. So love to you guys as we continue to evolve this show. And tell me what you guys, what else you want? Oh, people are like, where you been? Let me tell you about this weekend. Last night, my wife, she had a big old party last night at the crib, and everybody was upstairs, so she had a bunch of girls there, and my ass was downstairs with all the kids. And I thought that was the best night I ever could have because I'm watching Baltimore, I'm watching Pittsburgh, and I'm watching it, and guess what? I ain't got to worry about nobody. No honey-do list, no nothing, because I'm downstairs with the itty-bitties watching the game. They on their iPads, they on their Xbox, and I'm on that game. So good times, great times. Respect to all you guys out there in them streets. So now, I want to start off by telling you guys something that was on my heart, that was heavy on my heart. There's a lot of conversation going on right now about how this world is, how this world's turning. It's a new year, and you can have a new day every way. I just want everybody to know, like, the reason we rocking together is because we trying to cut through and make sure that we pass on something greater and legacy, better and truth. You know, I don't believe in sacred cows. I believe that there's a God, and everybody else get in line. You know what I mean? And enjoy your time. Simple as that. So I'm in a position right now, in a place where I'm really trying to get everything going, really get it going. And I got some great opportunities with some people that you know, some people who are in the industry, and we about to debut a few of those opportunities to you super soon. So keep rocking with your boy, keep supporting your boy, because we really trying to pass this on in a different way. You know, we know from the high to the low how this thing goes. So now it's time for us to shine in a different way. So 2026, look forward to that. I've never been a guy to be like looking at the calendar like, oh yeah, I'm about to be. I'm like, nah, I am. It just is. Just the way it goes. So y'all tell me, beat it up in the comments, and let's have some fun. All right, enough of this woofing. God dang, Wiley. I got to get out of this. I got to take my song off. That's all I got to do. My song is still there. So love, love, love. And let's get into these. Hold on. Hold up, wait. We got a technical issue, I think, for the people that be thinking we solve. I don't see my first video, but I know it's here. So I'm gonna answer some questions so I get this video picked, because I need to start off with this video. I need to get it right. Oh yeah. Yeah, also I see, I am on an island when it comes to saying, you guys like that, huh? 2026 is my year. It's your moment. It's your second. It's your day. Yeah, I don't know if it's your year. Ain't nobody ever had a year. It's just some years you up, some years you down. And it's just, to me, it's like Vegas. To me, it's just like bets. It's like, how you gonna do it? You know? How you gonna really play it? Because when you up, when you winning in Vegas, you better bet big. Because if not, you're gonna be down. And you better not be betting big. You better figure that out real quick. So that's how that game goes. What else you got in here? What other questions? Oh, man. One and done for Aaron Rodgers? I can't say that. You can't say that either. Nobody knows that. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is one and done. I think playing Houston, that defense is going to be sick. Aaron going to be running for his life. But they could get some noise done because Houston's offense is up and down. Be real. Be real. Even though they got C.J. Stroud and everybody, be real. The offense doesn't always show up like they supposed to show up. So I think all the matchups, we're going to go through the playoff matchups, it's sick. NFL don't stop. College football said, let's get some in, and the NFL said, hold my beer. Simple as that. One of the questions you guys are asking is, do I think the Browns will hire a coach? It's tough to fire a 2-time NFL Coach of the Year when you got quarterback issues still. And they got quarterback issues, just be real. You know, like the highlight of their team is watching their defensive end get 1 sack. Even though he set a sack record, that ain't it. So they got some issues for sure. And I got these technical issues right now. I'm about to fix it, I hope, because I don't want to stall too long before I have to get this thing fixed. Damn, I should have went to Circuit City. Is Circuit City open right now? Golly, this thing looking at me like, boy, what you doing? This ain't gonna work. What else? What else y'all asking me? No, I don't think they want it done. I really don't. The team that is going to be hard to beat, no lie, Seattle looked like it took a little step forward. Said, excuse me, Dougie Fresh, Seattle looking good, but you can't. Nobody in these playoffs this year, you can say is the killer. So that's the thing about it all. You got to put some respect on everybody's name. Seriously, Chargers are like, we're going to New England? Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll take it, right? I mean, in the position that they're in, obviously they would rather play them in SoFi, but they are not. So it's just that simple. Just that simple. What else I got cracking? I got to I might have to start this over, y'all. I might have to, because this thing is really gang-related set tripping. Well, not perfect. I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to try this hard reset one more again, because this thing looking at me like, boy, what you doing? I think I done took out one of these plugs. I'm in love with the Oh, that sound good. Ooh, something just happened. Ooh, toss and turn, yeah. I can't even sleep at night. Ooh, I think you cheated on me. I got it fixed. Rock with your boy. Mustard on the beat. Ho. Boy, I was over here trying to get my damn DeVry degree. I was trying to go to DeVry in one day. Don't need to do that no more. No more stalling. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start off with college football, because I'm going to tease y'all. I like to let it warm up, let people get in here, get in the chat. Let's start here. I thought this was very interesting. Not the headline, a 16-team college football playoff feels more inevitable than ever. It's not very difficult to see where all this is heading. Yeah, they're going to chase product and they're going to chase profit. So they're going to give you more product so they can get more profit. Ain't nobody stupid. We know what's about to happen here. Problem is how they going to justify it. Well, they fixed that problem. You know that? This is how they're going to justify it. They're going to try to get more teams in there so that everybody can play, and they're going to try and get rid of these bye weeks. Because look at this. As you may have heard, teams coming off of bye weeks are now 1-7 in the first 2 years of the 12-team college football playoff. That's it. What? 1-7. So we are way past coincidence, and now it's beyond even pattern. It's like, dog, it's causation. What is going on? Please beat it up in the comments what you think is happening on the bye week. So you got some 18 to 21-year-olds. All of a sudden they in the flow, and all of a sudden they stop. Everybody stops because you got to have that little break, right? Then, boom, let's play. And when you play, not everybody playing. A little rust over, you know what I mean? That rest and rust conversation is happening in college football. So expect 16 teams next year. They have to vote on it this offseason. A lot of my homies are telling me it ain't 16, it's 24, homie. Woo-wee. If we go there, we got something cooking. I'm not going to lie. I liked it better. I really liked it better when it was 4. I can't lie. This 12 is cool, except you know that you got some mulligans in there. Like, you know, it's like you got a breakfast ball. It's like that game ain't going to really matter or count. Like watching Oregon play, what was it, James Madison? Man, stop. That didn't matter. That wasn't consequential. So I knew that was going to be a problem right there. So they need to fix that, because college football every week, other than them non-conference games that they be scheduling and paying $5 million for, is like really interesting. It's really interesting. Like how finite it is really interesting. But if they keep going with these like mulligan playoff games and then they add more, it's going to get ugly. Oh, it's going to get ugly. All right, so let's talk about what's ugly right now. The New York Giants football team, Las Vegas Raiders football team, all these teams tanking. It's hard to tank. I've never seen tanking happen. I've been on some bad teams. I never saw tanking because I never heard anybody upstairs with power or authority tell us what to do, and especially not to go 100%. However, I have seen some moves and roster moves, and I've seen them undermine what our efforts could have been in a game. You know, you didn't hand the ball off to our top rusher. Instead, you want to play his backup. Or instead, he's out there, but he's a decoy. You really don't want to win that game. So obviously upstairs is a different conversation than the locker room. Let's have this conversation.
To sit there and root against your football team is a hard thing to do. We've heard very loud voices on social media and elsewhere, I guess just in the green room upstairs, looking for a loss here to secure a better pick. Where do you stand on the matter with Jackson Dart? Maybe you need to see one go in here to end the season.
Yeah, I think it's a loser mentality. I want to be very clear. I think that rooting for your team when they have the quarterback, it's Jackson Dart, when they are facing last week a team in the Las Vegas Raiders that you can't possibly lose to. They are tanking harder than you can imagine. And then you have the Dallas Cowboys starting Dak Prescott, a team that you haven't beaten since we were all masking up. And you, and you are throwing, if you're Jackson Dart, you're throwing to Oshesky, to Tyrone Tracy, to Bellinger, and Slayton. Those were the only 4 guys who caught passes. Who's supposed to be inactive? And then you say, oh, well, sit Jackson Dart. You think Jameis Winston's going to go throw the game? You think Russell Wilson's going to go throw the game?
Right. Not happening.
The horses are ready for battle, always.
So how could you actually lose? And then, so I do understand. I can conceive of, let's lose so that we get a higher draft pick. But usually you want the higher draft pick so that you can get the quarterback. You have the quarterback. The quarterback has not won in months. And there is a consequence to losing to really bad teams. There would be a consequence to losing to the Raiders for this team. And do not sit here and say that I'm talking about building momentum into the offseason. I want to be very clear. I do not believe in momentum, all right? But here's what I do believe. I do believe that these guys need to understand what winning is like. I do believe they need to understand what building a winning culture is like. And losing to the not trying Raiders and losing yet again at home to the Dallas Cowboys is not building that winning culture. So, yeah, I guess I'm sorry. I want the team to win.
Blah, blah, blah. My dog. He doesn't believe in momentum, but he does believe that you should build a winning culture and know what it feels like to win. Why? What does that feeling mean if it's not going to connect to other feelings that are in the same vein of winning? What does that matter? Like, you could just start it up next year. If there's no momentum, if there's no connectivity, if these things don't really connect and matter, if they don't lock in together, what's the point? What is culture? See, once again, I told you this culture word, boy. If I had to go grab Webster, Webster, come here, Webster. This word culture, let's talk about it, because it's trapping people more than it's helping people, right? It ain't liberating. It's keeping you constricted. So I can lose this game or win this game, and it doesn't matter because it's not connected to the next game or to the next season. So what's the point of you talking about all this culture, right? And this is why I don't even believe in culture in sports. I believe you got good players and a good coach. It ain't that serious. It ain't that deep. If you got a good coach and you got good players, you're going to be good. What was the culture like in Indiana football 2 years ago? Anybody? You think they got some momentum right now? Connectivity. Come on, man. What was the Chicago Bulls culture like in the 90s compared to now? Anybody? Okay. So, you go to a team. This is why I hate when you're a free agent and then you go into a team that is not so good. What was the culture like in New England for a while? Great. Then what happened after Brady left? Now, look, you get Vrabel there. What happened? Boom. Just last year, they were sorry. It's just culture. So I understand what he's saying about momentum theoretically. But there is momentum because it connects, because your thoughts, the way we're wired is it takes so much effort and rewiring to have new thoughts. That's why people are safe. That's why people go into their little caves and to their little crowd, to their rooms, and then they just say the same stuff, right? We all get into the same echo chambers. We just get into it and start talking the same stuff. Yeah, because it takes a lot. For real, I saw this video and it was amazing. How your neurons and protons and electrons and all your ions got to go on to get a new thought. That's why you're creatures of habit. That's why you like going to the same diner. It's like all of those things. So I'm looking at him when he's talking like this, and I'm like, be careful, brother. If you want to go out there and win every game you can, but also know that the consequences of losing, especially right now, are not the same as any other time, right? It wasn't the same as Baltimore. You trying to tell me that the Giants winning or losing was the same as Baltimore or Pittsburgh last night? No. So that's why we don't want to say both things. Momentum occurs. Two things can be true. Momentum does occur, right? You're having a great game. Wow. Everything is working. Wow. All my shots are going in. Wow. That's some momentum. At the same time, don't mean the next game it's going to be all like that. Next game, you might have some issues. Next game, you might have some problems. Next game, you may not be able to hit the side of a barn. That's how the game goes. So, just something to something to think about. This is something to think about, too, because everybody's, Raheem Morris got fired, coach, and a GM out there in Atlanta. And being real, they should. I didn't even look deeper into the details of what they were doing in Atlanta. I just know they weren't doing enough. That's when I stopped on Atlanta. I was like, that roster? You got to go, coach. Sorry. He'll be a good D coordinator again. You know how it goes. But you can't have that. They got too many good players, and they wasting them youngsters away. So, coaches are out there, right? Urban Meyer, great coach, great broadcaster. There was a time where he was the coach of my Jacksonville Jaguars. There was a moment where they were like, you lost the locker room. I want to take y'all inside the locker room when these coaches start set tripping and players be eye rolling like, this ain't it, coach. This ain't it.
Man.
Right.
And it's like, Herb, he was just being very hypocritical because I remember like one time, y'all probably seen the video they had played the Bengals and he stayed. And he had stayed out there. Like, he was with the team. He just stayed. Yeah. Then they got him on video. And then like he comes and try to address each meeting room individually. And basically, he was just in there capping. He was in there capping. Then, they got the video out there, so it was just crazy to see. And I feel like once that happened, like, he lost the locker room, and it was just straight downhill from there. But other than that, like, Herb just wanted everybody to be great. And if he didn't see you trying to be your best self, that's where y'all, like, kind of just, like, split. I don't know. Herb was the man.
Blah, blah, blah. Real quick one, little quick topic right there. Coaches, when they forget that they people too, and we are people too. So before we're a player, we're a person. Ain't nobody stupid. Remember the video of Urban Meyer staying out there? He wanted to stay out there with family, whatever. Then they called him at the bar. And the lady who was next to him or on him was not necessarily the woman he said I do to. So it's all good, coach. Come on, man. This is how you can win the locker room in that moment. You be like, look, guys, I may be talking to one of you in here, maybe talking to all of you in here, but we got some role warriors in here, when the cat's away, the mice come out to play, as they say. And somebody told me that. I had a teammate tell me that, Hall of Famer too. He was like, man, on this road, it's different. I was like, how different? He was like, when the cat goes away, the mice come out to play. I said, what? I said, it's like that at home. If you really want it, why you got to wait on the road? It used to trip me out because you're on a team, you 21, 22, and you got these 34-year-olds or whatever, and they acting like they way old and different. Oh, I need to go out, and I'm going to go give me a nice dinner, and then I'm going to meet old Yvette. Like, it ain't that deep, dog. Like, the youngsters figured this out real quick over the OGs because the OGs like Urban Meyer and them was still trying to hold up that image. Look, if you're going to do it, you going to do it. And you shouldn't have did it. So Urban Meyer ends up losing the locker room. A lot of times you lose the locker room because you're just not being real, right? And I think being real, being authentic, I don't care what you're doing, people going to connect to it because people know that they lying. People walking around here as a poster instead of who they really are. They walking around here as a caricature, right? For real. You go to work, you can't be your OG self fully. Wish you could. You can't. Right? You can't walk up to your boss and be like, what's up, fool? What it do? Your boss be like, it does nothing. Nothing gets done. So I understand in that moment why Urban Meyer lost the locker room because Urban Meyer went up in there trying to win a press conference instead of talking to his team for real. Hey, come here. I would have addressed them all. Come here. Y'all got questions? First of all, any questions? Okay, I'm going to ask you that again after I tell you what happened. Boom, 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 boom. Now, any questions? Hey, coach, was it good? Everybody rocking with you. He tricked that off. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. Now we're into the meat of the show, part of it. It's time to talk playoffs. Playoffs. All right. We know the seeding. Let's get into it. Get it right. Let's start on the left side. Denver, number 1 seed, okay? So they get to chill while we see these games right here. All right, beat it up in the comments. Tell me who y'all think going to win. Buffalo, Jacksonville. God dang. This is the worst matchup of you, Buffalo. You do not want that. Buffalo, I think, right now for me, if I had to bet, I'm saying Buffalo going to the Super Bowl, except they got to go through Jacksonville first. Jacksonville playing some ball right now. A lot of me is saying Jacksonville going to win this. And that's my 2 teams. You know that, my first and my last. Damn it. I'm going on record. I'm saying Jesus. Jacksonville. Okay, let's get on. Chargers, New England. Chargers going to beat them. Watch this. You remember the Chargers were 14-2 and lost? It's going to be 14-3 lose. Chargers going to beat them. Watch. Because it's going to come down to, it's going to be a closer game than not, the weather, all that kind of stuff. And Drake May versus Justin Herbert. Who you got? That part. Okay. Houston and Pittsburgh. Ooh, wait. Houston rolling right now. They got a little mojo. I say Houston, even though I love me some Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin, but I say Houston. Okay, let's get on to the other side. Seattle chilling, so we got Carolina versus the Rams. They didn't even sound right saying that. Okay, the Rams, you better win. Green Bay, Chicago. Let's see what's happening. Chicago, I say Chicago beats them, even though they're getting chewed out. They've been struggling a little bit. Coach was like, hey, this offense, Caleb Williams is insane. Caleb Williams can play. However, Caleb Williams be on his own video game. I mean, like, that ain't no play. That is not a play to go get the shotgun snap, run backwards, go sideways, go back forward, go back sideways, go to the right, and then be like, completion. It's not reliable. It's not. You can't trust in that. So I'm not feeling that. But I think they win. San Fran and Philly. Ooh, wait. Feels like one of those crunchy ones that Philly figures it out. But damn. That Seattle game is still in my head. I'm looking at San Fran different than I should, because San Fran was rolling before that game. So, and then that's a divisional opponent that's balling, so that's tough. That's double tough. I say Philly, but don't quote me. What y'all got? What y'all got in this? So I say that's round 1 right there. Then we'll get into it later. We ain't got to spend all the time. Okay, so Anthony Smith says Houston gonna win. We agree. Who else we got here? We got the Rams in Chicago. Okay. Let's say that. All right. And then y'all talking about how these games and these coaches be losing each other. All right. Interesting. Let's get into this. Did y'all watch this game where it was Troy Aikman, Seattle? We were just talking about it. Troy Aikman kind of went there. Let him talk. This is hilarious.
Deommo Lenoir. He said he wanted Smith and Jigba. He got him, and he interfered with him. Yeah, he grabs him at the top of this route. You saw the grab, and you're right, Joe. Lenoir talked this week about wanting to match up with JSN, and I thought it was pretty funny because Lenoir hasn't matched up with anybody all season long.
Damn.
He plays outside, which is most of the time. He is lined up at the left cornerback position all but one snap. Now they are putting Jackson Smith and Jigba to his side, so he's been assigned him on a couple of throws already. So it's clear that the Seattle Seahawks like that matchup.
All right. A lot there, boy. First, I don't think Troy said anything wrong. He was like, dog, how you going to want that matchup? You don't move around. You ain't that dude. And I'm not saying how good you are. It's just the defense you play, the style that you guys run, you're going to be staying over there. Only one play you moved around. So stop it. So it's easy to woof when you know you ain't going to have to see him. You know what I mean? I see you at 3 o'clock, flagpole. Knowing your mama picking you up at 2:45. Like, nobody want to hear that. So that's how that started. Well, if you notice this year, everybody want to go at Troy Aikman for different reasons. Or people want to bring his name up. And we didn't know what happened with Caleb Williams, not once, but twice, according to Joe Buck. So now let's get into this, because this is hilarious. So Deommo Lenoir, if I said your name right, I'm sorry if I didn't. I didn't name you. Y'all think I give a funk what Troy Aikman say? Clearly his eyes rolling in the back of his head when the game on. Y'all show me where 11 gave me work. Other than that, don't mention me Post every route, every matchup. Sincerely, 2. Okay, this is where I lose this generation because it's not good enough for them to say, man, you wrong, man, you tripping, man, you on one. I don't give a funk what a Hall of Fame quarterback thinks of me that is doing the Monday Night Football games. Like, I don't think this generation understands, or these kids, or these, I don't know what this dude is thinking. I don't think they understand that what you're trying to be, he already is. And it's going to be in a different way, and you're going to go get yours. So imagine if you go get yours and you get what he got, it doesn't matter because you're already shown disrespect for what that is, that level. So you already cutting your own feet from you by saying, I don't give a fuck with it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because a lot of people on the road to who you are right now was not rocking with you. And you ain't posting, you don't give a funk about all of them. But then when Troy Aikman says it, which means he has that level, he has that title, that accomplishment, that accolade, that we all aspire to. Be honest, god dang. Like you, dog, if you had a career like Troy Aikman, you're like, hell yeah. I mean, 3 Super Bowls, franchise player, hell yeah. What you doing? But you don't give a funk, huh? Okay. He ain't even dish you. That's lets you know these auntie behavior once again. A dude who gets called out, and all he got called out for was dog. You barking at something you can't bite. Like he matched up. You did great when he came to your side. Hey, you said you did great. So this is what a clapback is. Kind of funny to me. So afterwards, they asked JSN about it, and he said, "Look, yeah, I definitely heard it. It's hard to respond back to all my fans. Man, look, now that's a clapback. But I knew that we were going to see him today and take care of business. I don't respond back to all my fans." The beef is real. It's so hilarious. So I just look, no need to diss somebody. This whole like battle diss. Like I'm trying to win this moment. I mean, JSN, so what? Who he think he is? He ain't all that. He's just a rookie. He a baller. You a baller. Okay, ball out. Cool, go at him. Cool. Somebody says, oh, man, you can't even match up with him because they don't even let you match up with him. Man, I don't give a fuck what you say. That's auntie behavior. It's the worst I've ever seen. Auntie behavior. Every time you see it, just call it out. Call these dudes for what they are. Don't call them feminine. Don't call the dudes feminine. Say you was raised in a feminine way. And it's leaking out your pores. You're an auntie. Damn. Dudes zesty. Dudes be act like the way they act is just zestfully clean. All right, let's get into this topic because I'm getting upset at these little kids and I shouldn't. This is what old people do. They get mad at the next generation because I know that's how my parents were. But auntie behavior is real. Not only auntie, yeah. Anthony Smith is talking about that. Auntie behavior is real. I can see it. I can see how they look. Like, you know, like if you ever want to see what like masculine looks like, what a man looks like, you know, watch old WWF. You know what I mean? Or watch 300, the movie. You know what I mean? Like, you like, you know what I mean? Like, we get it. That's what we supposed to look like. You know what I mean? Me minus like 40, 50 pounds, which I'm about to start losing once this hip is healing. And it is healing. Boy, if your hip hurt, get surgery. Immediately. It works. Anyway, this is what a man look like. You know what I'm saying? We look different now. I don't know what it is. It ain't even a nose ring, because I got a nose ring. It ain't that. It ain't the eyebrow sliced. It ain't none. I had that before. It ain't none of that. It's this whole, like, auntie in us. Like, the mannerisms, because every auntie talks with her fingers or she talk with her neck. And I see too many dudes neck talking. Too many dudes zesty. Stop it. Get us dudes back. Stop it. We need to reset. We need a hard reset. And speaking of a hard reset, it's time to redraft. All right. These rookie quarterbacks, NFL rookie quarterbacks, all over the place. Let's go. Started off Cam Ward, yeah, and then Jackson Dart, yeah, and everybody was talking, who should go there? Tyler Shuck shouldn't go. Nobody should go before Shedeur. Dylan Gabriel goes before Shedeur on his own team. Then Shedeur goes. Then we even got Riley Leonard out there. Let's talk. If they had to do it all over again, what would the experts do? Let's see.
The first overall pick of the 2025 redraft Tennessee Titans select Tyler Shuck.
Oh, my God.
Louisville.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
Tell me why I'm wrong. Tracking to potentially be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Measurables, mobility, 6'4", 220. Mobility, arm strength, off schedule, on schedule. 308 passing yards coming off of that game against the Jets. Yes, it's the Jets, but he's been doing it for a minute now. Mm-hmm. He's won 3 straight. He's led that Saints team to, which has a bunch of backups and backups to backups.
Mm-hmm.
Rattler, Spencer Rattler, who actually wasn't playing horrifically at all times, showed some promise. Was 1-7 as a starter. Tyler Shuck, 4-3. He's been the best quarterback, and Jackson Dart has had some moments, and maybe we get to Dart later. Cam Ward has had some brilliant individual throws and plays. Tyler Shuck, if you're looking at objectively, standing back and saying, it's not like some guy who was a 5th-round pick who has average measurables or doesn't run well or doesn't have a big arm. If you're just dropped on this planet starting in September and you watch the whole season, at this point, right, what are we, 15 weeks in, 16 weeks into the NFL season? Who's been the best quarterback? Tyler Shuck.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. All right. So who has been the best quarterback? It's interesting if you really want to break it down. If you want to go preseason, it was Jackson Dart. Okay, no doubt. Beginning of the season, I think it still was Jackson Dart. You immediately knew that Cam Ward didn't have what he needed to be Cam Ward, whatever Cam Ward is. Remember, he's a 0-star that balled out, transferred, got himself into that position, #1 overall. No slight, just the road you traveled. Sometimes it could remind you. Sometimes it could be just something that defines you. But point is, we ain't seen Cam Ward fully. Now, we've seen some individual plays and, him heroics and all that, but we ain't seen it. Then you get into a situation where Dillon Gabriel, you're like, that ain't it. Like, you know what? Dillon Gabriel played well in the preseason. He didn't show up in the regular season, right? Too much. Way too deep in too deep waters. Shedeur, a mixed bag. You saw some individual kind of like Cam Ward plays. You saw the arm talent for some of these big throws. Then you saw also like some of the most like gut-wrenching, head-scratching high school plays you've ever seen. Of all of them, you're like, you threw that pass? Like you did one of them, he just threw across the field. Right to the defender. Another one he threw right to the DN. You're like, you okay? Like, you know what I mean? It undermines the great plays. J.J. McCarthy looked bad the first game into the fourth quarter. Other than that, looked suspect. Looked really bad. All of a sudden, hurt and all that. Then, whoa, look good. Okay? So that's how we're going to go. So if we really want to look at it by the ratings, is Jackson Dart had the highest, but Tyler Shuck was coming. So Tyler Shuck, Jackson Dart, I give you my second brain. I ain't scared. These are the guys who are in it. According to this, don't trust this. We're gonna do a topic on how AI is a lie. Charles Woodson breaks it down, but you can see those ratings closing the gap because Tyler Shuck was coming. Cam Ward right there, Dillon Gabriel right there, and as bad as you want to say he played, by the ratings, somebody on this team played worse. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. You got J.J. McCarthy, as bad as he played, even though he played good at times. Look at that. Then we get into guys we ain't even thinking about right now for it. That's how that game looked right there. QBR, worse. They said, man, this is a stat. They said Shedeur had the worst QBR of all quarterbacks this year. I don't know if he qualified or not, but just his QBR. And it's the worst QBR in Cleveland Browns history. Please beat it up in the comments. I'm not trying to go at the kid and any pejoratives, but if that's true, woo. You got the worst QBR on the team that had the worst quarterbacks? That ain't it. All right, so beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thinking. Who y'all still taking #1 overall? If I had to take one overall, I like Cam Ward, but the situations, that's how the game goes. It's like the best go to the worst, and then you got to make it good. And if you don't, you a bust. And it's like, well, I need more. And they like, well, good luck. I mean, you got to be generational, that kind of talent. mental and physical, because it doesn't matter. You stick them in that situation, I'm a product of my environment. I just see it going that way. But if I had to redraft, no lie, I still like Jackson Dart. Give him a running game, give him a real staff, give him some real coaches and organization up in there. I like Jackson Dart. I like Tyler Shuck. But this crazy. Remember, Cam Ward win, everybody was like, oh, nobody talking about him. All right, whatever. And then everybody was like, it shouldn't have been the order it was. But the only thing that should have switched is Shedeur should have went in front of Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur should have went that 3rd round pick instead of Dylan Gabriel. Because he is better than Dylan Gabriel. Even though Dylan Gabriel like, no, he ain't. You see his quarterback rating? You see his QBR? No, he ain't. That's interesting. All right. You know what's interesting? A position I played, defensive end. I'm going to break this thing on down. Myles Garrett, he got it. Let's see it. It's real.
Everything I expected. It was so tough. I knew they were going to make it difficult, but I don't think I saw more than 3 singles on a real drop back the whole game, and I just knew that if I did, I had to make that moment count. And the feeling couldn't be better. And it was
that is sick. Blah blah blah. Myles Garrett breaks the sack record. Okay. Now, when you break the sack record, everybody got an opinion, but we don't care about everybody's opinion. We don't even care about former defensive ends who need to lose 50 pounds opinions. We care about the dude's record that you just broke. So let's hear about Michael Strahan and his opinion and what happened on that day.
I mean, I hold the record for a 16-game season. They hold records for 17-game seasons. That's the way it works out.
Still claiming the title.
But you can't compare records from 12-game seasons to 16 and 17-game seasons. It doesn't work. But I look at it like this. There's always generation that I love the fact this young man's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I know that he has so many more sacks left in him. 30 years old. I think I had just as many, if not more, sacks after 30 as did Bruce Smith, as did Reggie White. I think he's just getting going. He's just finding his stride. And you don't know how hard it is to do that on a team that isn't always in the lead, a team that isn't always competitive. I think that is the most amazing thing about it. He's done it on a team where he's the focus. He's the guy that gets doubled and tripled every time, and it never stopped him from going out there and putting up numbers year after year.
Not playing with the lead, yeah.
Without playing with the lead. I mean, this kid is amazing. And I really just want him to be on a team, which hopefully will be Cleveland because he signed a long-term deal there, that wins and gives them the opportunity to have the ultimate thing in this game of a team game, which is a Super Bowl.
Blah, blah, blah. That was the most articulate, sophisticated way of flexing you can ever hear. Started off, Strahan said, I did mine in 1 game fewer, but do you? Right? Imagine if this were yesterday, what does Myles Garrett have? 22. He doesn't break the record. 16 games season. Okay, anyway, but you can't do that because Myles Garrett would have known the week before that was his last game. Maybe he would have did something different. Who knows what's crazy. But point being, Strahan, that's my flex 1. But then he gives him some credit, so you got to give him a sandwich. You're going to flex on the edges, but you're going to let him give him some love. So you're like, he ain't even got a lead. He ain't even getting them easy sacks. He got to go get it with his muscle every time because they usually are in tight games or they're probably losing, which is a flex for Myles Garrett. But then he comes back and says, but I hope all this adds up because he's still got a bright future. He just turned 30. And hopefully this can add up to him doing what I did, which is win a Super Bowl. Turn them sacks into some real reduction in that sense. And it's crazy because sacks, one of the most meaningless stats, even though it got everybody I know paid, all of us D linemen, we love it. It's one of the most meaningless stats. I'm going to tell you. You can get 4 sacks in the game, like me, Bruce Smith, Strahan, whoever. 4 sacks in the game, what was the score? We lost by 10. You get no sacks in the game and win. Now, pressure matters, tackle for loss, all this stuff, but it doesn't affect the game like you think. This is to the point of where Jerry Jones was with Michael Parsons and where a lot of people are with D linemen. Think about it. Who just broke the sack record? Myles Garrett. How bad are the Cleveland Browns? Hella bad. You mean you getting all that pressure in you? I forget what it was, but I seen some Super Bowls. I think it was even Bruce Smith getting 2, 3 sacks, 4 sacks. Lost. It is because it's really one play that can easily be made up with the next play. I give it to you like this. It's 1st and 10, you drop back, you play action, I hit you. It's 2nd and 17. Everybody in the stadium going crazy. What? They completed for 12. It's 3rd and 5. That's manageable. 1st down. Where'd that sack go? All I'm saying, and this is crazy because it's really like self-sabotage, and I certainly didn't say this before I played the position, but after playing the position, I come to realize that, man, it's just about affecting the quarterback as much as you can, and the sack is not always the best way. That's just one play, one way. You got to get up in his hurries, pressures, all that kind of stuff. You got to really affect them. If not, you're not doing anything but just setting them back 7-10 yards, and they just like the next play, here, I got it right back. What you doing? Give me my money back. But then if you look at the end of the year, you got how many sacks? 20, 15, 17? Oh, we got to pay you. Pay you to do what? That's all. I've always felt that way. I was like, it's tough. Like, we get graded in a way different way than other positions. Like, think about it. You got 70 plays. You get 1 sack. You get 1 sack a game, you got 17 sacks. You're getting paid. You are the man. 1 play? Now, obviously, it takes other plays to get you in that position. You don't just get a sack, and then the rest of the game you suck. You got to get pressures, hurries, you missed them, you almost got them, penalties, all this stuff, play the run, and then you get it. But 1 play. And then you flip it, you look at a cornerback or a safety, a D-back. They can hold up the whole game like an O-lineman, but give up 1 big play. O-lineman, 1 holding call. O-lineman, 1 big sack, whatever. Oh, you ain't that good. It's wild. So just sometimes looking to the judgment of the players, it's weird. It's weird. Like, I really don't think that organizations should pay top dollar for pass rushers. I could easily beat it up. Maybe I'll do that one day. Just show you top pass rushers, sack leaders over the years. Bruce Smith, I think it's like 5 top 10 sack artists of all time. 5 of them never won a Super Bowl. It's like a half and half kind of conversation. But then you look into the sack leaders of the years, like this year's, Myles Garrett, sorry ass team. See what I'm saying? So I don't think it always adds up to the wins and losses like we wanted to. So, speaking of that, you heard that music. Yep, let's get into it. This is the kick. This is the kick. We're here. Watch his teammate. It's on you, bro. I'm out. Get out this frame. Let's see it again. That hurt. Boy. I was downstairs watching the game. I told you I was babysitting the itty bitties. And they're all on the Xbox and stuff. And my daughter, I have one daughter who is fearless in terms of like entertainment and like walking up to you. She's a social butterfly. She speaks to everybody. She's one of those types. You can't talk her out of it. She just is. She just immediately, no ice to break. She's not breaking ice. She's already just cool with everybody, right? And she was in the other room in the theater, and I'm watching the game, and he kicks that ball, and immediately that ball ain't going in. I mean, it was no shot. It went shh, and you're like, I said, oh, he missed it. She comes running because I told you she's fearless, but she's scared. She doesn't like dark places. She doesn't like loud noises. It's the weirdest thing going on. She's the most vibrant, electric, crazy kid in that same time. She ran into me, Daddy, what happened? I said, he missed a kick. Oh, no. I could not. I yelled so loud, like, no. I can't lie. I root for these teams. You ready? Buffalo Bills. Yes. L.A. Chargers. Used to be San Diego. Yes. Buffalo Bills, San Diego Chargers. And I'm going to call them where I played. Dallas Cowboys and Jacksonville Jaguars. Where's the helmet? Right here. right there. And then Columbia Lions. And there's one more team. You don't see it up here, but it's there. It's the Baltimore Ravens. It's something about Harbaugh, something about Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. I just want them to win. That's the only team I never played for that I root for. And them suckers. Oh. Okay, one, we need Lamar Jackson healthy. Two, Lamar Jackson, I don't know if you were healthy or not. Yesterday you took the shot, I'm sure. You felt good or not. There were too many times I saw you need to run, dog. Just run. Now, you did run some, but you needed to run more. There was one play. I was like, if you don't run, they tricked that game off. They supposed to beat Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh did good because I like Aaron Rodgers a lot too. So Aaron Rodgers played a good game, kept them in it, kept them poised when, it could have went weird. The Baltimore Ravens just gave it up. And this is going to be tough. That meeting this year, Biscotti, Harbaugh, going to be tough. I don't think he gets rid of Harbaugh, but I think he gives him that ultimatum. I think we're at that place. And I'm not the type. Because I'm like, who you going to replace him with that's better? I'm not the type. I just saw a team that beyond injury, just in that moment, likely catches the bomb, which was insane. You thought that was a game clincher. You're like, yep, the football guys are talking. It's over. And then kicker comes on. Tirico talking about him like, yo, he good. Let him talk. What happened, dog?
Tyler, can you take us through the last kick and what went wrong?
Just before that, just want to say I'm super grateful to Baltimore and the organization, the city, just how they've embraced me this year has been incredible.
Don't you thank them people like you go on? No. Don't you thank them people like, you know what I mean? They ain't got nothing to do with this right now. We know you're grateful. Don't lessen this blow. Take it, as they say. Take it. Take the pain. Come on, let's get it.
And just for a time like that sucks. And I want to do better. And unfortunately, the nature of the job is, you have makes, and those are awesome, and then unfortunately you have misses, and for that to happen tonight sucks.
Man, that hurts.
We've been through a lot of adversity this year as a team early on, and we fought, and we worked really hard together, and those guys have had my back, and I want to try my best to have theirs. And it's disappointing and it sucks, but also the nature of the job is I gotta move on, and I gotta get ready for the next kick, and that's next year, and tomorrow starts training for that, and spend the off season and the rest of the time getting ready for that. And I love this team and I love these guys, and I wish it ended different. I'm super blessed to be here, and it's been one of the most amazing experiences being kicker for the Ravens. And it's time to move forward and get back to work so I can keep doing good things for Baltimore. And it's been awesome.
Oh man, is there more? Because I'm about to cry now. We're going to talk about how we should respond to this. What's the proper reaction? What's his reaction? All that. I'm going to make sure he's not done. Oh, my God.
Technical with the kick that went wrong. Usually kick it around first.
Yeah, I kicked it sideways. Yeah.
I caught a little bit. Operation was great. It was a great situation, exactly what we wanted. And unfortunately, I just mishit the ball. Hit it. We call it hitting it thin. It spins fast and goes off to the right. And, that was it.
Warm-ups today, were you feeling any comfort? How were you feeling about just kicking in the stadium, which is a hard kick?
Yeah, felt great. We had good warm-ups. I feel like our extra points.
No. We ain't doing that. Blah, blah, blah. I want to hear about the ones you made that nobody was rushing and it was pregame. No. You know what's callous about sports, what's callous about participating in sports, what's callous about being a fan of sports is that, we celebrate the win, so, we got to kind of criticize the L's. We got to take it. You got to take the L's. And you don't want to root for him to be in that position, but somebody has to be in that position, right? And imagine if we never had anybody on the flip side of them W's, right? Imagine there were no losers. It'd be so boring, right? And in that moment, you couldn't ask for a better setup. The season's on the line. The game's on the line. Playoff berth is on the line. Everything's on the line. Justin Tucker is gone. Sometimes I call him Justin Tuck. He gone. I even had to explain that to my kids. They was like, why is he gone? Because they were talking about the best kicker ever, and, Mike Tirico and them. I was like, well, he got in trouble. They was like, how did he get in trouble? I was like, well, he was really sore, and, the therapist and blah, blah, blah. So here we go. Had to tell that to the itty bitties. Point being, they get rid of, for off-the-field issues, and even people were kicking the tires on Justin Tucker this year. I don't know if they end up signing him. I don't think they did. I think it was New Orleans. You get rid of that guy, the all-timer. You get a rookie, and look what God deals you. Game-winning, season-ending, playoff-clinching field goal, 44-yarder. Oh, you think it gets worse? Trust me. Oh, you don't think God was a part of this? Peep game. Look at this. This is crazy. I couldn't believe it.
They're getting it all set now for getting the field ready. I want to show you what happened pregame at 6:15 local time. This is a priest who is spreading holy water in that end zone.
It's real spit. You don't think it's real? You don't think there was other things at play? You couldn't ask for something greater. And I'm not rooting against the young man because I've been there before, and he will never forget that. And that pain is just embedded. It's part of his code, his genetic code. He gonna pass it on to his itty bitties, just like I pass on the Music City Miracle. I'm never gonna forget it, and if I talk long enough about it, I'm gonna start getting mad and get teary-eyed because opportunity lost. Right? It's one thing to not have an opportunity, and we've all lived through that. No matter who you are, there's been a chance where you're like, "Nah, you ain't got a shot. Nah, don't apply to that school. You ain't going." Now, whatever it may be, you ain't got a shot. But then there's some times where you're like, they lead you on. You think you got it. You do have it. And then you trick it off. You, not you. See, that's the difference. You're a kicker. It lands on you. Your foot. Somebody go give me something to chop his foot. Like, that's you, not us. And you came and play it off. You saw his holder, whoever was doing the holding, after it, he was like, peace. That's on you, bruh. And you got to console them because you know, not for any other reason, that could be you in a similar situation. You could be the reason. That sucks. It could have been like Mark Andrews last year. Bobble, bobble, bobble. It could be you. And you like, damn. And then what really haunts you is when you start to relive it and then you go out there to redo it, which is going to be tomorrow. He said he's starting up practice for next year already. And guess how many 44-yarders he's going to miss tomorrow? 0. If you're in practice, and then on the way home, you checking social media because you just want to see how much they hate you. You know they hate you. How much they hate you. Take it. And then you see this, and this is tough. Oh, my God, this hurts. Y'all ready to see this? They should have threw a flag. You see this? I saw this posted. Jason McCourty said, sheesh, this was close. Hell of a game nonetheless. Close. It ain't close. That's illegal. And guess who said, oh, let me say something on it. Lamar Jackson. Yep, I'll show you. This right here, you can't use the offense. You can't use the line. You can't use your opponent to launch. They should have called this back. Ain't that wild? Look at this. Look at this. Oh, don't look at that. It's supposed to say Lamar Jackson there, but the point is, the dude, now he got to relive the fact that he missed something he know he can make, but even more, he should have had another chance, another crack at it. Oh! But the haunting part about it Everybody looking at you. That's shame. Remember, the most everlasting emotion that's negative is shame. Because once you did something and you're ashamed of it, you always think other people are thinking it when they ain't even tripping. You know? You woke up this morning, you got a big old pimple, and you said, oh, I'm going to have to bust this before I get to school. I can't let everybody see this. Pow, you hit that thing, pow, that red come out, that yellow come out, that green come out. I know I'm nasty. And then you look, you're like, oh. Then you start, you think it's good? That thing just keep bleeding. Ew. You try to put it on. Then you go to school. First thing somebody say, what's wrong with your nose? You're like, oh, man, get it cleaned up. Then the rest of the day, nobody really tripping on it. You cleaned it up. But you thinking everybody looking at that pimple. That's how you feel as a kicker, man. He will forever. I don't think it's going to be another time he walks on the field, he ain't thinking, damn it, I missed that 44-yarder. Just the way the game goes. All right, let's talk about shoe game and see how that game goes, because Rich Paul is talking about the importance of pricing. I know a lot of y'all are sneakerheads. I'm not a sneakerhead. I'm not a fashion head. I don't care. I don't care how I look. Like, I think that's one of the laziest judgments in the world. Ooh, but it is fresh, I guess. You know, there have been times where I've been like, I'm going to dress up and be fresh. But I'd really be like, man, it's too much effort. Like, everybody I see dressed really fresh, I'm like, what time you get up? What time did you wake up to do all that? But that's just me. But when you look fresh, you got your shoes and all that, you just act different. The reason I really don't like people who dress too fresh is because the only reason you're doing it is so somebody can say you're dressing fresh. And I know y'all gonna say, no, I ain't. Yes, you are, because if nobody says anything about your shoes, somebody doesn't say anything about your outfit, you feel away. You ain't wear that for nobody to double take. If nobody double takes, no one says, ooh, nice. How you gonna dress? Right? So, I mean, it's a social currency. I ain't stupid, and respect to it. But at the same time, it doesn't do much for me. That ain't the currency I want. But let's hear about it, because a lot of you sneakerheads are in it. Rich Paul gonna break it down.
Price point. See, once you get to a place where you start outpricing families, it's going to hurt your business. So if I'm at that sweet spot of $110 to $120, and my product is fly, and I connect, and I'm a real player, now you're starting to hit. I'm telling, if you talk to any executive at any brand, Adidas, New Balance, Under Armour, Nike, they're going to tell you, Rich is exactly right. I'm telling you. So now, if a mom goes into a store, I got two young boys. I got to choose between a $200 shoe, and I have to choose between a $120 shoe. And LeBron, in his meetings all the time, he had one of the biggest issues because he would say all the time, I don't want to outprice kids that come from where I come from.
There's a flip side to that, which is, number one, every athlete you just mentioned, Marbury was like that, not like AI. Lillard is like that, not like Kyrie. Okay, not in terms of like, oh my God, what did I just see? Okay, so and there were, Dominique was like that, not like MJ. Like it's so in each case, it's not an accident that the premier guy doing that thing is the guy who winds up with all this stuff. That's not coincidence. You can't point to one dude where it was true and he wasn't like that.
I only had two good shoes. To answer the question. After that, he didn't have it.
And there's another thing about the price point. So when I was a kid, you either had suede Pumas or shell top Adidas, right? Or you could do some Nikes a little bit.
But here's one more thing I'm leaving out. Also, in those times, especially in the 90s, the basketball shoe was the lifestyle shoe.
Yep. Today
is harder because kids only wear the basketball shoe to actually play basketball.
Right, okay, so that's a good point. But the reason I brought that up is the price point. I remember my mother, like when I'm like 10 years old and I wanted new shell tops because mine were dirty and they were $50. $50 for that back then in the 80s, that's a lot of money, right? Mm-hmm. So the suede Pumas were maybe $10 less, right? So you wind up getting the Pumas. When Jordans came out, Rich, they were $100. No sneaker back then was I'm talking about like the early mid 80s. No sneaker back then was $100.
That's not true.
But what was $100 back then?
New Balance.
New Balance were expensive and they weren't $100.
That's not true.
I remember the first pair of New Balance. My father got them, I was like,
why do you think?
They were like,
let me ask you a question.
$70, and that was a lot of money.
Why do you think that New Balance became so popular in DC?
Blah blah blah. Well, we're not going to have a New Balance conversation, but we are going to have a new layer of this conversation because sneakerheads out there, I know a lot of you guys don't like to say you rock with LeBron's, but they sell. He has a lifetime deal with Nike. They don't sign you lifetime if you're not selling. So I know there's Giannis's, Kyrie's, Ja Morant's. Sick. He just dropped some Icemans or something. They look great. Not buying them. You know why I'm not buying shoes? Simple. Look at this. This is why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I could just be smarter than that. That's 20, right? 5, 4. 20 shoes. And he said they're $100 and $110 each, which ain't true because I look on Nike.com and they all like one something or 200. So let's just say if they were 100. Are you serious? 2 G's right there? No, 1, 2, 3. No. And that's just LeBron's. You're going to be, no. But y'all sneakerheads, y'all beat them up. People don't like LeBron's, but they buy them. What? I like the LeBron's. I remember there was one that was that sock, that little soft sock. Oh, that was my favorite. Oh, there you go. Here he is. This guy. That man. It must be the 15s. Oh, my God. Those were sick. Don't say nothing else. Those look good, too. Don't lie. It's all good. Okay, so sneakerheads are out there. They buying the sneakers. Are you priced out? I want to know. Are you priced out? And what is priced in? Because, look, if it's your thing, you're going to do it. Me, I am no higher, no better than y'all. When I see a concert, old school rap concert, let me find out that Far Side is coming. The Alcoholics is coming. Let me find out Cypress Hill is coming. Let me find out Goody Mob is here. How much them tickets? I need to be close. And I'm spending more than LeBron's. Something about that experience is different. And I'm not walking out with a shoe that I can wear every day, so I'm not even the smartest cat. You really want to talk about a purchase? Something you can wear every day. I'm doing something I can do for 3 hours, one night, and the rest is in here. Crazy. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the sneaker game. Is it too expensive? What are the most expensive ones? Got to be Jordans and retros and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't understand that whole dynamic. But I'm sure y'all don't want to go see DJ Quick too and pay $300. But I'm that guy. All right. I'm also the guy that loves the second brain. I'm a big fan of AI. Y'all know I use it a lot, and I'm going to continue to use it. And some people say you shouldn't use it or at least not trust it. Let's go.
I learned, this is the age of AI, and we use it for everything. And so what I learned this year is that the first week of the season, I went on ChatGPT, and I just asked a simple question. I said, how many games in the division did the Packers win last year? And ChatGPT said they were 0-6 in the division. So I thought it was an easy enough question. I come up here, and I say it with my chest. I'm talking about the Packers. I'm like, man, they didn't win a game in the division last year. And as soon as I got on my Twitter, somebody quickly corrected.
Loves X.
Twitter, X.
Twitter's
X. It's X. Yeah. They said, hey, man, the Packers won one division game last year. They beat Chicago.
Come on, AI.
I said,
Oh, you can't trust AI.
So make sure, man, if you're using AI, that you fact check. I learned,
blah, blah, blah. That's real. Now, I use a ton of AI, and I don't trust it for dates. I trust it for concepts. I trust it for grammar, English, even the logic, the rhetoric. I don't trust dates. In those lists, like you're like, all right, give me a ranking based on the QBRs. Don't trust it. When it comes to numbers and dates, it just, I don't know why it's dumb. It's like it's the smartest thing in the world for everything else. I just had hip surgery 2 weeks ago. Please devise an 8-week plan for me. Here's a step-by-step preparation method for you to become fully healthy by the 8-week mark. Let's start off with our first walk. You know what I mean? Nails it. My doctor gives me these pamphlets, and I'm looking at them like, ChatGPT already told me what to do. Like the same exercises plus more. So it's that. But then you ask this stupid ass question like, what's Dylan Gabriel's QBR? Unlisted. How many sacks did Myles Garrett have this year? According to me, 17. It stopped counting like 5 weeks ago. It's weird. So just be careful with the AI. Charles Woodson ain't lying. The AI is all over the place. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what y'all talking about because we're going to talk about somebody who's all over the place. Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, between the spitting and the lying and then this one, he interesting. Y'all, Fergamo asked me what's my favorite Far Side song. Favorite Far Side song? You're like, everybody doesn't want to say Passing Me By because it's such a great song, but it's like everybody know that song. I like that song. I don't know song names after CDs came out. I just know numbers. So I don't know. I think it's like number 4. What else is there? Alcoholics, welcome to the next level. I hear you, Randy Marsh. Oh, yo, welcome to the next level. I am boom. The L, the I, the K, the S. What makes it so fresh? Boom, 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 boom. If you ever want to hear a rap song go, put on that song. Welcome to the next level. Turn off all the lights. You better have your best sound system and close your eyes, even though it's dark. Boom, 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 boom. They played that when we were downtown. What was it at? The Nokia Theater. Doom, doom. Next level. What's Jamar Chase doing? What level he on? Let's go.
There were some people who were upset. You seem to be one pointing down the field when the Browns were celebrating the sack that was during the middle of the game.
Do that. I never knew you could let the whole team get on your field. That's like me catching my 10th pass and the whole team running on the field. We're gonna get flagged. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But congrats to him and everything, but they got to call a flag on that play.
I mean, you guys were trying to go win the game.
We were trying to hurry up too. We couldn't even hurry up. The ref was looking at us like we did something wrong the whole time. So I don't know what was going on that play.
Did they give you any kind of explanation of why it stopped without a flag?
No. I mean, do y'all interview the refs?
Apparently, Zach said the refs told him after the fact that they had decided they were going to stop the game, but never informed the coaching staff. Stop the game to let them celebrate the moment.
Well, I hope. Well, they better stop the game when I do something in my back end. That's all I got to say about that one.
Blah, blah, blah. He ain't salty. He ain't bitter. He ain't mad, but he ain't wrong either. Like, it's like he's just in a space where it's like, maybe that one we should let that one go. I don't know. What do you think? If I'm on the field, I'm trying to win this game and blah, blah, blah. Now, at the same time, they stopping it for a ceremony. I think we all know we build into the game. There are some pivotal times where we will stop. Ceremony, all-time record, stuff like that. Obviously, games can be stopped due to weather. If it's lightning, we're not going to say, we're trying to win on this drive. We just stop it. You stop it for big things like that. You'll stop it if a streaker came on. We ain't going to play 11 on 11 and you got a 12th man on the field. There are times when play stops and you just got to deal with it. And it's out of your control because you want to respect or you want to pay respect to what's happening. And sometimes you just got to get rid of something, right? That streaker. So I don't know. On the meter, I'm not mad at Jamar. I'm just like, what's going on? I actually, what's really going on is like, yo, you're the same dude that said you didn't spit, and once you do that, I'm good. I am good on you. All right, a couple tidbits, a little fun things I like to see. I like to show you guys things that get me pumped up. Hopefully you guys get excited too. Ain't this cool?
I got something to say, Trevor, because it's fun. We appreciate you so much for everything you do. I just want you to know all of Jacksonville behind you. We know it's a meme that's kind of going viral, so we got your own video.
Slugger. Put them in. Slugger. You gotta love that. Look at that. That's dope. People love that kind of stuff. Quarterback buying, it's two reasons why. One is the quarterback, and then quarterback always got to be more reserved because there's more eyeballs on them. They just act that way typically. And Lamar Jackson finds himself when he's trying to be the man next door and just one of the guys in the teammate, he finds himself in hot water because he's just one of the guys. Quarterback's got to have that reverence, right? And two, whenever you cross the cultural lines, white guy, he's got the slugs in like the brothers, whatever that is, all that kind of stuff, that nonsense, real spit. All right, got to show you this one. Usually I don't show the dancers because there's too many guys that can dance in this world. And I'm going to tell you a story about this one time I got outdanced because they used to call me Big Usher. Check this out. This dude crazy. Watch this. I don't know if they're going to let me. I don't even know if I should play this song. Nope. Watch him. Dun, dun. We know the song. Watch this. Hey, he eating. Look at this dude. Who is it, dude? Whoever you are, big dog. Oh my God. Hey, he ranking. There's Turbo. He already passed Boogaloo Shrimp up. Ozone. He passed Ozone already. He in the top. He up there with Turbo. Look at this dude. The hell? What muscle he doesn't have that works? Golly. He should have played some ball too. If this ain't a good receiver in the red zone, I don't know who is. God, dog. Oh! This dude is, I want to play the music too, but I don't trust it. Got to be more careful. Okay, so I love that. Now y'all know how we do. They used to call me Big Usher. So anyway, I used to go everywhere and dance. That's why my hip right now, and me getting old in my last 3 years, my hip, I haven't been dancing as much. That's why I'm bigger. I'm about to get little again because I can dance again. Point being, I remember going to this one party in Hollywood. Where were we? I think it was, I forget the name of it. I don't go out no more, so I forgot. But anyways, this gigantic club in Hollywood. Everybody used to go, all these rappers and basketball players, all this stuff. And then I'm in there dancing. So I wasn't never the cool guy. I was always the guy that would get the table and I say what's up to everybody. I'm on the dance floor with Gen Pop. That's why I'm here. Let's go. Sweating it out. I had a sweat towel. Everybody knew. It was. And then I come out at the end of the night. Nobody want to say hi or touch me because I'm soaking wet. Anyway, I had a dance off. I didn't know these dudes. It was two of them. And I just watching them. And I just saw them just doing, a little up rock, little chill, little stuff. But I saw they was hitting it a little harder. So I'm dancing. And all of a sudden they there. And they kind of like turn towards me while I'm dancing. Then I kind of like challenge them a little bit. Just all in fun. This is just me clowning. You know who they were? I didn't know this. I never knew who they were until then. People told me quick. It's some guys, the twins, Les twins, something like that. Respect to them, fully. One of them levitated. One of them started dancing in the air. And the other one was just like, I was like, and he had on one of them had a mink on. That's why I thought I was going to win. I was like, he too cool for school. I'm going to get him. The sucker start floating. I said, oh man, I ain't never ever dancing against nobody ever again. This ain't happening. All right, y'all, so love to it. Let's get into it. What's this last topic right here? Let's see. This last topic. I got to go a poll, okay? Let's get out of here on this. Y'all know what we do. Erase one of these people. Please do it for me. Who can you erase? Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, or Chris Tucker. They got to go and everything in their catalog. Who going? We know who ain't going. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is number one. He ain't going. All right, y'all got to get rid of one of these. So you're going to lose the Martin show. You're going to lose the Bernie Mac show. Did Chris Tucker have a show? You're going to lose Rush Hours. That's tough. Ooh, Chris Tucker. And your stand-up wasn't what we really remember about you as your acting. You're going to lose Friday. Jesus. You're going to lose Friday. Woo! That made it a conversation. All right, Eddie's stuck. He's not going anywhere. Martin, we can't lose Martin and Def Comedy Jam, so he's there. Bernie Mac or Chris Tucker? Bernie Mac, you get Kings of Comedy, but be real, you could lose some of that. Not all of it. Maybe, Bernie Mac show or Rush Hour and Friday. God, I didn't think I was going to say this. Bernie Mac got to go. Bernie Mac, because I can't lose Friday. I just can't lose Friday. And they about to do another one, and he's in it. I can't lose Friday. I can lose Rush Hours. I can lose his comedy. Not the diss, but it's just like, I need Friday. I need you and Friday. Kings of Comedy, as much as I loved it, do I need it? No. Damn, Bernie Mac show, I liked it a lot. Damn, and he was so good, but his stand-up, yeah. But I got to say, Bernie Mac got to go. Beat it up in the comments, let me know what y'all talking about. That's crazy. Oh, Players Club. Hey. Damn it. Bernie Mac, you can't lose Players Club. Sit down. All you do is spin records. What do you think? You kick your breeze something? Oh, I still say Bernie Mac because I need Friday over Players Club, even though it's hella good. All right, y'all. Love for you guys, man. Another day, another dollar. Make somebody holler. Let's get back into these things and see y'all later. I'm going to, clip up a couple videos and then see y'all tomorrow. Let's get after it. And let me know what's the best time for y'all to do this. I'll do it when you want to do it, if I can do it. All right, y'all. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think